Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We've got a story for you that is just, well, it totally flips our usual idea of agricultural innovation right on its head. We're pulling from a truly fantastic piece in the Economic Times, and it's a story straight out of Bihar, India. It's got everything: brilliant science, incredible patience, and at its very core, a deeply heartwarming human element. So get ready because we are about to explore how one man's absolute dedication literally changed the shape of the fruit market.
Okay, let's dive right into this because this is where the story truly grabs you. When we think about new crop varieties or hybrid fruits, we usually picture, sterile laboratories, massive corporate budgets, and teams of scientists in white coats analyzing data. But what if I told you that one of the most exciting new developments in agriculture wasn't born in a corporate lab at all? It was driven entirely by a son's profound love and his desire to honor his late father. I know, it sounds exactly like the plot of a movie, but it is entirely real.
Section 1. The King of Fruits.
Now, to really understand the magnitude of this achievement, we first need to set the stage. When the summer season hits, there is one universal craving that just takes over: tasty, juicy mangoes. It is universally and quite aptly known as the king of fruits. The smell, the vibrant color, the dripping sweetness, it's a massive sensory experience. But here's the thing, it's a fiercely competitive market because the world already absolutely loves the mangoes we have. We already have these heavyweights: Alfonso, Dasheri, Longra, Kesar, Benganapali, Himsagar, Chausa, Tadapuri, Milam, Malda. Each of these is already world-renowned for its distinct flavor and perfect texture. Trying to introduce a brand new mango into this legendary lineup, it's like trying to write a new character into your favorite classic novel. It takes something truly spectacular to even get noticed alongside those famous names.
Which brings us to Section 2, a 5-year tribute.
Enter the architect of our story, Ram Kishore Singh. He is a farmer and a nursery owner operating out of Rahu village in Muzaffarpur, Bihar. He wasn't backed by some multinational corporation. He was armed with nothing but years of dedication, a really deep understanding of farming, an appetite for relentless experimentation, and, most importantly, a deeply personal motivation. Ram Kishore took all of his agricultural expertise and channeled it into a singular, beautiful tribute. He named this incredible new mango variety Nagendra Bhog, in loving memory of his late father, Nagendra Singh. Suddenly, this transforms the entire endeavor, doesn't it? It stops being just a story about farming and yield and becomes a permanent, living, growing legacy of love. Every single tree planted, every fruit harvested, bears his father's name.
Section 3, creating the giant mango. Let's move to and see how this builds, because having an emotional drive is just the start, right? To actually invent a completely new fruit, you need serious science, precision, and immense patience. Ram Kishore didn't just get lucky on his first try. Oh no, this was a meticulous 5-year process of grueling agricultural engineering happening right there in his village nursery. First, he was experimenting continuously. Then, the real magic happened. He successfully hybridized 4 different varieties of mangoes. Step 3 was the curation. He wasn't just hoping for a decent fruit. He was carefully selecting for specific traits like sweetness, aroma, size, and shelf life. And finally, step 4, waiting patiently for 5 long years for this incredible venture to literally bear fruit.
And man, when it finally did bear fruit, the results were absolutely staggering. 1 kilogram. Let that number sink in for a second. 1 kilogram. That's the weight of a liter of water or a small dumbbell, all packed into a single mango. Just imagine trying to hold that in their hand. In the world of mangoes, this thing is an absolute titan.
But size isn't everything. Sometimes, a giant fruit loses its flavor or ends up being mostly seed. Well, definitely not the Nagendra Bhog. Yes, it weighs up to a whopping 1 kilogram, but crack it open and it is packed with this incredibly rich and juicy pulp. It actually has a surprisingly thin stone, meaning you get a massive yield of actual fruit to eat. And the taste? He completely nailed a perfectly balanced, sweet, and tangy flavor. Ram Kishore successfully engineered the ultimate sensory experience without sacrificing a single ounce of quality for that massive size.
Section 4, engineered for farmers.
Now here is where this explainer takes a super fascinating turn. The magic of the Nagendra Bhog goes way beyond how big it is or how great it tastes. Because Ram Kishore is a farmer himself, he specifically engineered this fruit to solve a massive logistical nightmare. See, one of the biggest issues with traditional mangoes is that they spoil incredibly fast, which leads to heavy losses during transport.
But the Nagendra Bog, it's a late ripening fruit. Once it's picked on day 1, it has this exceptional shelf life. It can undergo safe, long-distance transportation for days. And get this, by day 7 or even day 8, it is still completely fresh and unspoiled. This entirely removes that frantic race-against-the-clock panic farmers usually face when trying to get their goods to market.
And this brilliantly illustrates a huge economic victory for hardworking farmers. Previously, standard prices meant farmers were pulling in around 100 to 150 rupees per kilogram for standard mangoes. But the Nagendra Bog? Thanks to its size, taste, and that amazing transportability we just talked about, it commands a premium rate of 200 rupees per kilogram. This hybrid invention is quite literally putting more money directly into the pockets of the people growing our food.
Section 5. Global demand and success. Unsurprisingly, when you create a 1 kilogram, delicious, easily transportable mango that honors your father, well, people are going to notice. Word spread like wildfire. It started with the local village population just being completely blown away by the sheer size of it. But then, consumers from all across India started reaching out, trying to get their hands on this premium fruit. And now, the demand is everywhere. International farmers and buyers from abroad are actively seeking out information, and they are completely willing to pay top dollar, not just for the fruit itself, but for the actual plants, so they can cultivate the Nagendra Bog themselves.
So what does this all mean for us? Ram Kishore Singh took 5 years of painstaking effort, blended pure science with a deep, enduring love for his father, and genuinely shifted the global agricultural market. It is such a stunning reminder of what we can achieve when innovation is driven by real purpose. As we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with this question to ponder. What legacy of patience, innovation, and love are you building in your own life? Thanks so much for joining us for this incredible story.